Today on the channel we're going to demo this Klon Centaur through my Marshall Plexi and my R0 and R8 Murphy Lab Les Pauls. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this Klon Centaur. Just a brief little introduction here. We're going to take a look at the inside of the Klon Centaur. This is probably a mid to late 90s Klon Centaur. This was lent to me. This is not mine. I would not purchase one of these because they're very, very expensive. This one is currently for sale for $4,000. So if you are interested, hit me up in the comments and I can tell you where to get it. But anyway, I want to take a look at this thing and just take a peek on the inside under the hood of this so we can look at exactly what this beast looks like and see what $4,000 buys you when you pick up one of these things and how it's wired. For those of you who maybe don't know about the Klon Centaur or have been living under a rock for a while, and like me, I didn't really know about it either until maybe a few years ago, until everyone started talking about them on YouTube. But Klon Centaur was developed in the early 90s, from my recollection, by a dude named Bill Finnegan, and basically they sold at inflated prices because he couldn't keep up with the demand. And these things are supposedly the holy grail of overdrive pedals that pretty much give you an open sound, like a big open sound, a hint of tube clipping. Basically, it's kind of like an Ibanez tube screamer from what I've heard online. And it's really supposed to be amazing. Like Tom Schultz, I believe Finnegan was a MIT graduate. So, Finnegan and Schultz, I guess, were the MIT stars of the university for guitar pedal making. So we take a look at the inside. It's pretty interesting, man. We've just got this circuit board here and some, these are the pots for the dials. On the front we've got gain, treble, output, and there's the on-off right there. And the circuit board, there's the on-off switch. You can put a 9-volt battery in it. You can run it with a 9-volt plug from a pedal board. That's what we're going to do. I've got my Marshall Plexi mic'd up into Pro Tools, and we're going to give this thing a demo through my my Plexi and run my R8 and my R0 Murphy Labs. So let's put this lid back on it, and we'll hook it up to the pedal board and see what kind of tones we can get out of this baby. Okay, briefly before we get started, here's my R8 Les Paul Murphy Lab, and here's my R0 Murphy Lab Les Paul. If you're familiar with the channel, you've seen these demoed and played quite a bit. This is my 1974 Marshall Plexi. It's not really a Plexi because it doesn't have a plexiglass front, so yeah, the Marshall purists, I know you're out there, it's not a Plexi, but it's an MK2 50 watt. This thing kicks total ass. I love it. We're going to run through channel 2. It's a little bit warmer. I may test channel 1, but probably just channel 2 today. These are original 1974 cabinets with blackback Celestians in them, and we're running a basic pedal board. I've got my tuner, my EHX Crybaby, and this is the Klon Centaur. Okay, so we're going to run this straight in. I've got it mic'd with a condenser mic, and we're going to run this in Pro Tools. I'm going to put a little bit of delay, a little bit of reverb in Pro Tools just to produce it, to make it sound cool, maybe compress it just a tad. But quite a pure signal going through here. And we're going to check out both guitars. So here we go. Okay, a little bit of a change of plans. I'm going to put my pedal board up on this stool so you can see the settings on the Klon when I adjust it during this video. And I've still got the condenser mic running up through here on this cabinet. So I'm just going to be running the Klon. I'm not going to run the Crybaby. We're going to go basically a clean Clean sound on the Marshall, and then we're gonna dirty it up a little bit with the Klon and see what kind of power this thing has. I don't have this thing very loud at all, so I'm not getting really any breakup on this Marshall. These old Marshalls really didn't break up unless you cranked them all the way, and certainly can't do that tonight. So, all right, here we go. All right, so here we are. I've got the Plexi set on a clean sound. Basically, like I was saying earlier, you have to crank this thing wide open to get it to even have any semblance of distortion that this Klon can evidently do. So it's kind of clean. This is what it sounds like. We're going to run the R8. Alright, cool. So there's our reference tone, okay? So I'm going to turn the Klon on. Now the gain is all the way down on the Klon. I've got the treble set right in the middle, and I've got the output set right here, so it's facing this way. That way it's a little quieter than the amp, alright? But I have it set a little bit quieter because I'm afraid when I crank this gain up a lot, it'll get a lot louder, and I don't want my recording to distort too much. So as you can tell, with this gain all the way down, it's kind of quieter. Doesn't really change the tone of the amp at all. I'm going to bring this gain up to, now it's facing right there. You really can't see probably on the camera, but the gain, the little point is right here, so it's like at 9 o'clock if you're looking at the clock, all right? Alright, I'm bringing it up to 12 o'clock, so now we're straight up and down. Let's bring it up to like this way, okay? So we're about 3/4 of the way up. We're going to be at like 3 o'clock if you're looking at a clock. treble. Okay, so let's bring the treble up to about 2 o'clock. I like the treble back right about noon. All right, full blast, man. We're gonna go full on. Alright, cool. Sounds really nice. I'm going to switch guitars. I'm going to go to the R0. And that guitar is a little bit different tonality than this. I want to see what it sounds like with a different Les Paul. So let's check that out. Okay, we're back with the R0. To me, this guitar has a little bit chimier tone than the R8. They both sound excellent, but this one is a little brighter, which isn't a good thing or a bad thing. They're just different animals. Maybe it's just me, but that's what I think. So for reference, here's the Marshall, just without any Centaur through it, neck and then bridge pickup. So we're going to turn the Klon on. This is all the way down to 0 like we did on the R8. Alright, so maybe a little compressed, a little bit lower in volume because I've got the volume set kind of low on the Centaur. It does compress the signal a little bit. That's kind of nice. Alright, so let's bring it up to about 9 o'clock, which is, you know, right there, about a quarter of the way up. Let's bring it up to 12 o'clock, straight up and down. Once again, the tone is straight up and down. Volume is on about 2, which is like 8, 9 o'clock if you're looking at a clock. Alright, so noon on the gain. this up to about, let's say, 2 o'clock. It's kind of angled up here. Let's boost the treble up just a little bit. Treble back up to about noon. All right, gain. Gain is going to be up here, about 3/4. Gain all the way on 10, all the way up. Roll back a little bit. Man, it's really cool, I gotta say. I'm impressed. This is a great classic rock country pedal. If you do a modern country, even like alternative rock, gritty rock, it's certainly not a shredder. It'd be kind of interesting to see what it would do in front of a high gain amp. It would probably get some really nice overtones through like a Friedman, or a high gain like the JCM 900 or a Boogie, something like that. But as a clean pedal going through a nice old vintage amp, you certainly get the classic rock vibe, the vintagey Led Zeppelin and Eagles, ZZ Top for sure. I mean, this thing just oozes Billy Gibbons, in my opinion, right? It's very cool, but it comes at a price tag. I've demoed the $30 version of the Klon off of Amazon. It sounds very good. The Wampler Tumnus pedal, the little mini Tumnus is great. There's a lot of pedals out there that can emulate this. Even the Bad Monkey now is being said to have compete with this. So I would encourage you all to demo out some of those pedals and try those. Clearly, this is out of my budget. It's probably out of a lot of everyone's budgets, but I want to take this opportunity today to give us a demo and show what it sounds like through a real vintage Plexi style amplifier, and the closest thing you can get to a 58 or a 60 Les Paul without owning one, or being Mark Agnesi or Rick Nielsen or one of those lucky guys, right? Bonamassa. Hope you like this kind of content. If you did or you do, please consider subscribing. Comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.